Hi there, it's John Mansell, ex-booze hound again. This one could end up being quite rambly. I've got that much going on in my head. It's meant to be fairly positive, I think, but we'll see how it goes. Because there's that much going on in my head at the moment, I'm going to try and start off with partly the point of today. A while ago I wrote a blog post called What a Journey, and if I remember I'll put a link down there somewhere, so you got a bit of background. I've been ex-booze hound, the blog and other things that I do or done has been going for nigh on 3 years now, and unfortunately I've come to the conclusion that I've probably taken it as far as I can as an individual, which has caused me an awful lot of contradiction and pain, because I want to carry it on, but I want to do it in the right way. And there may be other things to come, and there will be other things to come. After sort of making that statement that I'm going to have to stop and rethink and things like that, I've got a number of quite important meetings next month. Chief Executive of Dudley Council, Chief Executive of Dudley and Walsall NHS Trust, and the Deputy West Midlands Police Crime Commissioner. So for somebody who's packing it in, you know, and it all sounds a bit braggy and stuff like that when I say these things, but it's not about that. It's about the fact that, you know, me as an individual, up to this point, has now got to a stage where, you know, in this area, I've got about as high as I can go, and as it says in What a Journey, it's now come to the time where these pretty fantastic people, to be fair, have got to help me and support me and back me. So we'll see how that goes. The other day, with all the contradiction that was going on, I've got a board behind my TV, and I put positive things on there and negative things on there, and there to remind me sometimes of good and bad stuff. It's also consistently got my breakdown of my bank balance and how skint I am for the next couple of days or a week and a half or whatever, which is quite depressing, but it's best to know where you are. I came back and I wiped it all clean, apart from the money situation. And I wrote on the board, Dejumble and start again, and that's all that's on there. And that's come from realising that ex-booze hound's gone as far as I can take it on its own, but knowing that I can and need to keep going forward. Recently I had an email off a guy, and he said he hadn't realised how needy and vulnerable I was, which I took, you know, in the right way. Not the best words, but I thought about it, and you know what, he was right. You know, I am needy, I am vulnerable. You know, I met someone else the other day who said they just assumed that I was, you know, cured, for want of a better word, and that's why I was doing what I was doing. But the strange thing is, over the last couple of years, I've had loads of messages off people, you know, saying how brave and inspirational I am, and all that sort of stuff. And I still find that I find that hard to take in, you know. But the truth is, and I know this from the reactions that I get from people, and you see it in the eyes sometimes when you say something that seems like utter rubbish in your head, but it makes contact or connection with somebody, and you see it in the eyes, and you can see that you've just unlocked something in themselves, and realisation in themselves, and just them knowing they're not alone, and just, if it's a relative of somebody who's vulnerable as well, you know, they start to understand, just from my ramblings or whatever, and I think this basically just comes from me being honest and open, and you know, perhaps sometimes a little bit too honest. I'm coming up to the 5 minutes now, and I'm not too sure whether I've got across what I wanted to, but we'll see. But I'll still post this, whatever. But one of the things I just wanted to say just at the end, seems a bit odd, doesn't it, right, wiping off the board positive things along with the negative things. But you know what, sometimes positive statements and positive sayings and things that have been positive in your life can actually be quite oppressive. When you're in one of those places where you don't want to be, you look at these positive things and just think, what a load of rubbish. I can't deal with that. I was positive 3 weeks ago and now I'm horrendously down and I can't leave the house and all that sort of stuff. It's weird, you know. It's almost as if sometimes with the world of mental illness and depression and all that sort of stuff, it's almost as if you could be in a point where you just won the lottery and it would be, oh God, how am I going to spend all that money? And I'm probably going to mess it up and lose it all and all that sort of stuff. That's how powerful these demons are in your head. They just want you to be unhappy. They want you to be in pain. And I and many people out there are proof that you don't have to be in pain at all times. I am still in my recovery and I am in pain, you know, from time to time, and it's unpleasant. But one of the things I say quite often is there ain't nothing we can't handle, ... eventually, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Basically means, yep, we've got to take it on our shoulders, we've got to ride it through and get to the other side. And we have to keep doing that time and time again. And that gets frustrating because you do all that work, you do all that, you know, you do that effort to get into a good place, and then for one reason or another, or no reason whatsoever, you wake up the next day and it's just disastrous. Anyway, I'm nearly up to 7 minutes now. I hope this has made some sense. If it has, please share it, please comment, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You know, if my words can connect with just one person, then it's worth doing. I'll catch you soon. I hope this does make sense. See you later. Bye.